You can see the heat already starting to warm this track up, and it doesn't take long to get hot.
Talk about a guy who has got to be massively hungry for a spot on the box. E.J. Jacobson here, he has been absolutely flying. J.D. Beach is getting his head and hands and everything wrapped around this bike really quickly.
Well, I think he wants pole. All these guys are really competitive, and this session's flown by.
On to the power. What lap? A 2:08.169. Roger, you know the numbers. Did that do it? Oh, a 2:08.184. He did it.
Yeah, we're here at Austin, COTA. Pretty scorching weekend, nice and hot. But yeah, we had a good practice, good qualifying. We're up there on pole. Bike's working good. It's gonna be a brutal 12 laps this afternoon, and we got another one tomorrow. So just try to get off to a good start, be smart, and go race with those dudes.
Yeah, it's weird. I was talking about it earlier, like, we've qualified 7th at every race since the Ridge, and it hurts. Like, you want to be further up on the grid, and now we're further up on the grid. We got 2nd, and I should be really happy, but I was bummed that I wasn't in 1st. But the big thing is that we're starting on the front row. I'm stoked. I feel like we should have the pace to be all right and be competitive in the race. And yeah, I'm just ready to race, ready to get over with, honestly, because this heat's going to be hard. It's going to be like 104 today, so it's going to be a tough one, but we're ready.
Yes, qualifying 2, P3, so another first round, same to Laguna Seca. So really happy weekend. I feel really good with the bike. My team is working really good, so I'm looking forward to go to race 1. I think maybe difficult is super hot right now, so for sure difficult in the beginning. Maybe it's fine, but for sure the last lap will be difficult. But it's the same for every rider, and really happy. So I just try my best, and I really want to battle for the podium. So I try.
And keep in mind, Rispoli and Kyle Wyman tied. The two guys we're tracking right now tied for 2nd, only 3 points adrift of Hayden Gillum here. And boy, Kyle Wyman is putting together an absolute flyer.
Yeah, we had a good Friday. It's nice to get a jump on things. We were P2 in the first practice, and then we got provisional pole in the afternoon by a pretty good gap. So we're ahead of the game, and we're able to go even faster this morning in Q2. So we've got pole position for the weekend, and we're feeling pretty good.
P2 in qualifying for baggers is really good. I'm happy about it. We found a little bit of time this morning, but so did everybody else. So did Kyle. And right now, everybody's kind of chasing Kyle lap time wise. I know the challenge race was pretty tight, and yeah, it's going to be a dogfight this weekend. Everybody's super close, and I think as long as we can all get off the line good, kind of put a good fight in, make sure nobody's able to get away. It's going to come down to the wire. I think there might be a little bit of attrition. It's getting pretty warm out there, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm glad to get on the front row. I wish it was a little bit closer time wise, but still helps me out with starting position and everything. So yeah, should be a good race.
Yeah, man, so it's actually a blessing. P3 and Q2 is really good. We found a lot of time, and that was something we needed yesterday. We were struggling. We came testing, but it seems like with the heat and stuff like that, nothing's really working in our favor. So boys worked overnight. We came up with a good plan, and we put P3, we're sitting on the front row, so that's first step number 1. We went into that challenge, which is gnarly. We got Bagger Bob, just the menace out there. I don't even know if he stayed on the track the whole time, but good racing, which was really cool to be up there with both of them and to see what Kyle's doing and versus us. And at the end of the day, he's the real guy that we got to focus on. So I think we're in a better spot than we were in yesterday, but we still need to pull some pull some stuff, and we need to have a good race.
Josh Herron will lead the way for the moment as they go down the hill.
On the exit of that corner, so Gagne now leads through this little stadium section, and how much it would mean to him and this team to bring this bike home in the place it's in now. He's been working extremely hard. The question is, can JD Beach, you can see he's got his head down. He'd love to give this team a 1-2 finish.
He's already there. He'll come across the stripe and take his 10th win of the season, and to the line they come. JD Beach wheel in the air, a podium finish, and he's happy, but Richie Escalante and his team over the moon. And so it's going to be a pair of fresh and lean progressive Yamahas, and in the middle is going to be the Vision Wheel M4 X-Star Suzuki of Richie Escalante, who finally gets it done with PJ Jacobsen in fourth.
Yeah, pretty good start. Herron got a great start too. That's the only guy I saw, and we both went into turn one, just kind of releasing the brakes, seeing who had let off first, and it was a fun first lap. We went back and forth a little bit, and wherever I ended up making the pass, I just tried to put my head down as hard as I could, and fortunately, kind of kept rolling. I was watching my pit board; the gap was growing a little bit, and then I could see it was just hot. It was greasy. It was tough, but I feel like I learned a lot, and hopefully we can have another good battle tomorrow and go have some fun. And congrats to Richie and JD, because these guys deserve a podium more than anybody right now, I think, and it's good to see. So.
Yes, first P2, first podium on the Superbikes, so really happy. Thanks to Vision William for X-Star Suzuki. Also, I want to say thanks to my personal sponsor, Mission Food, to believe in me, to support me. I'm really happy, to be honest. A difficult weekend, is super hot out there, and I just try my best. I lost a little bit time when I passed Herring. He's a little bit strong, always aggressive in the beginning. So after that, I feel very strong, just maintain my pace. And then the last laps, difficult, JD closed the gap, so I just working on my pit board to have a little bit more room to save the podium and also to save the P2. So it's a good podium, good points. I'm super happy. So I hope tomorrow another one. Thank you.
Off the start going into one, I got up the inside real to the left, and I got it hot, and I forgot the bike didn't have a rear brake pedal, so I grabbed the hand brake like a scooter, and I had the thing backed in and made it through there, and kind of got shuffled back a little bit, and I knew I had some work to do, but I mean, I was feeling racy, I was feeling good, and off the back straight away, I almost ran into the back of PJ and Matthew, because I just got in there real deep, and I felt good. Like, I didn't feel like I was out of control, but I mean, I just kept charging the whole race, picking one guy off at a time, and it felt great to finally pass guys under braking instead of just waiting for them to make a mistake like at Pittsburgh. I mean, I felt really good at the end, and we definitely learned some stuff today, and we got another hot, long race tomorrow. But man, I'm feeling solid. I'm ready to go.
Here we go. It's Michigan in the back of race number one. We're underway as the lights are off, and the 33 of Kyle Wyman looks like he got a really good launch as they head off into turn number one. That is so steep up the hill. Is that Hayden Gillum trying to go around the outside?
Kyle's doing a little bit of what I think he was going to do. 2:16.4 for the factory Harley rider, and that was about 4/10 quicker than the two guys behind him. Certainly, I'm watching Rispoli just slide this thing around. These bikes, they live in the torque curve. I mean, especially coming down through a sector like that.
It's an Indian Challenger, and it looks like Bobby Fong is down, Jason. And no for Bobby Fong, last corner. And all of that effort for Bobby Fong. He hits the deck and he is out. Tries to get that front wheel in the air. Doesn't get that done, but he gets the race win in the books for Kyle Wyman. A 2.1 second victory and maximum points of 25 over his rival Hayden Gillum, who scores 20 points, and Rispoli will come across in third, having banked 16.
Yeah, had a great first race. We got the start we needed that we didn't get in the challenge. Got away clean, and I was just able to put my head down and run clean laps. I didn't really have to ride defensive because I felt like I had good pace where I didn't need to. So yeah, from there I just was able to grow the gap bit by bit, and then at some point the gap started growing in bigger chunks, and that's when I kind of knew I'd broken them, and then I could take a breath. So Super hot one, you know, pretty physical race, as short as it is, but yeah, we got the points lead back, and Brainerd is now ancient history.
All right. What are we talking about?
P2, baby.
Second place. Not bad, not great. Got some stuff to figure out tomorrow, but I'm happy. We're, you know, came in with a tiny little lead in the championship, now tiny little deficit in the championship, and yeah, just having fun. Advanced Hines Mission guys are doing an awesome job, so it's just fun. I'm enjoying riding my motorcycle and getting it sideways and just trying not to put it on the ground like I did in the challenge race. So yeah, always fun.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the race was a tough one. You know, it was hot out there. It was lonely. There wasn't really enough to make a move. Hayden and Kyle were really riding really well. I kind of had Hayden honest for a long time in that race, and I made a couple little mistakes towards the end, just trying to get close to him, because even though he's my teammate, we're still in a points battle, me and him. But yeah, we were able to learn a lot with Hayden and Kyle being out in front of us. And yeah, I mean, it's not what we want. It's pretty hard to be disappointed, but it's also hard to be super excited when you're third against the two guys that are in front of you in the championship. But at the end of the day, we could have been like another 0, and we didn't. So we've got to continue with that method. And on days we can win, we got to take it. And when we can't, we got to stay up and put it on the podium.
For Jake Gagne, it was business as usual. But new to the podium, Richie Escalante, followed by a long-awaited return to the winner's circle, JD Beach. Will the first of Escalante spark a streak? Will Beach get a better start and challenge for the win? It's all to play for in Central Texas right now.
He gets a good one on that Warhorse HSBK Racing Ducati Panigale, but it looks like a pair of Yamahas are going to go around the outside. JD Beach had a notion, but he will slide himself in the third, and Harris having none of Jake Gagne on that freshly progressive Yamaha. Oh, JD's down. I was going to say, Jason, he was carrying so much more speed. They choose to take their traditional line, and Escalante on the Vision Wheel M4 X-Star Suzuki just loses the front end of the motorcycle. This is such a massive ride for Josh Herron. The pace has been solid. Okay, there hasn't been the outlandish 08 lap times, but a 209.776 and a 209.746. Final quarter here, Circuit of the Americas for the Warhorse HSBK Racing rider, Josh Herron. Wheel in the air, checker flag out, and Herron takes the win in race number 2.
Yeah, that was a crazy weekend. It's a bummer that Saturday ended the way it did, but you know, the good thing is that the championship's over and we were just focusing on trying to get race wins, and we were able to accomplish that today. So huge shout out to my entire team. I'm pumped to be riding with the Ducati DRE event tomorrow, and just getting to celebrate with the entire Ducati family tonight. We got team dinner here up in one of the suites with all the top Ducati customers in the country. So I'm stoked, man. This is a great day for us, and I'm pumped to go and celebrate tonight.
Yeah. Jake, P2, tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, good start. Like, man, me and Josh going into turn 1, all these starts were just neck and neck. Like, we were both getting good starts, and we both just wanted to let off the brakes and lead out of turn 1. But yeah, he set off and set a good pace, and I was kind of sitting there waiting, seeing what you know, where he was strong, where I was, and like, yeah, about halfway, man, I was just struggling pretty bad, and he like really picked up the pace. I wasn't even looking at the lap timers, honestly. I had no idea what times we were running, but it was hot and greasy, and he threw down there at the end, and I had nothing for it. So congrats to Josh and their team, and yeah, great weekend, man. We're up here on the podium, and it's time to get the hell out of Austin.
Did you find a bike yet?
No.
Okay. Maybe next time you can ride mine.
Why don't you suit up and go out?
I don't have a bike big enough for me.
Yeah, I'll go find one.
Today was kind of a struggle. You know, it's good that I'm on the podium and stuff, but I think, you know, Richie would have been there too without crashing out, and same with JD. But yeah, I was struggling a lot for grip, especially like mid-race and stuff, and I just couldn't push to stay with Josh and Jake. So yeah, it was quite difficult, and I think not coming here for that test that most people did was kind of a back's, not too good for us. But I just want to thank the whole Tyler Cycle Racing team. They've been doing a great job for me on my side the whole entire year. So I'm really happy with how things have been going. And now we go to Jersey, and I'm really motivated for Jersey. And I think I can do a really, really good job at Jersey. And I just want to end the season in a really good way.
In here, lights go out, and we're gone. We're away racing, and it looked like Rispoli got a good launch off the front row. It's definitely not Kyle Wyman leading this.
Who went down the outside? Bobby Fong had a good start, and is it Kyle that he just, or is
it's
it
the number one plate?
It is.
Wow. So Tyler O'Hara coming from 6th on the grid, swept around everybody.
First time from a race earlier, and it's Rispoli who goes down the inside, runs a little bit wide, and look at this battle for second as O'Hara just doesn't care about any of that. He's just taking off.
7 riders in this group, all the while as the number one plate.
There's a couple bikes just got connected.
Is that Kyle?
Is it Kyle?
Kyle Wyman hit the deck.
Wyman. The team worked feverishly to pick that bike and put it back together, and it just wasn't capable. Now he's got a problem. O'Hara has a problem as they go down into turn 11. He can't get the bike into gear. Bobby Fong's gonna try to take the long way around, see if he can make that work as he is sideways. And he's got smoke. His bike is smoking now too. So now Bobby's got to be careful as that Indian Challenger is smoking. He's going to go up the inside of Rispoli, but there's a lot of smoke coming out the right side of that motor.
1.5 seconds.
Down.
Yeah, now he's looking down.
He just looked down. He sees some. Look at all the oil. You can actually see it. Look at all over his boot. So he thank goodness he looked down and saw that. As he comes out of here, he's going to just get his head down behind that big. Oh, Travis Wyman has crashed.
Wow.
That's going to shake up.
Full throttle, takes the checkered flag, and Rispoli wins another one.
Man, it's going to be a Vance and Hines Harley Davidson 1-2 again. I think the last time we saw that, and look at his bike, almost looks like it's smoking as well.
And McWilliams ends up in 3rd place. Wow. So it looks like Onsorg, no,
now it's corrected. It's saying Onsorg ends up. It is Onsorg. Congrats to him. He's going to end up 3rd.
Dude, carnage, capital C, man. That was insane. That was gnarly. The first 3 laps, I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. Anybody could win this race. Bob, all the Indians. I think they just had a plan to be like a wasp nest that just got hit. They were just buzzing everywhere, and they were just like, I don't know if they were just trying to like knife us up the whole time or what, and like get everybody crazy, but it worked, man. It was carnage out there. People, the pace was slow. It was slick. You could crash at any moment, and dude, we came out, we got a win, and it's probably the slowest race I've ever won, but we'll take it, and we'll move on to New Jersey with some momentum. So I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be a drag race.
It was freaking nuts.
Talk to me about it. Quick.
That was a wild one. It's that's all I can say. That was wild, and a little bit of luck on my side on that one. So I'm happy. 2nd place for the Mission Vance Hines Harley Davidson team, and it's gonna be tight at Jersey for the championship.
So right off the gate, I saw Jeremy McWilliams jump the start by, a considerable amount. So I knew I didn't have to worry too much about him. But the whole field was so stacked up. I'm not sure if it's McWilliams up front and it was kind of single file there for a bit, but everyone's stacked up, especially right at the end of that long back straightaway. Then flick it left. Bobby got me back there, and tried to get him back on the throttle. He went wide open, late braked, and dove right underneath almost the whole group, and it really held everyone up, really stacked everyone up even farther. So I went to try and cut underneath that group, try and get some positions back, and capitalize on it. And then Kyle at that point just right in the side of me. I'm sure he wasn't anticipating that line. So racing incident, not proud about it obviously, but from there, just put my head down as hard as I could. Bike ran really good the entire time. Had grip the entire time. The crew's been working hard, trying to find a way to get grip in the heat. And today was one of the hottest days we've had, and I didn't have grip issues the entire time, so I just kept pushing. I was battling with McWilliams for a little while, back and forth, and then was feeling good about it. And then on the last lap there, the bike just completely cut out on me, and just boo. And I was sitting there trying to flip the switches, get it going again, started back up, and just put my head down again and was able to come back, the 5-second penalty, and take 3rd. So really happy with the whole team, wife Lindsay, everyone. back at the Indian Engineering Facility. So thank you. Really grateful. Dream come true.